Really, and what Yusra was saying too. Look at this map now. What you were saying, Mark, here about this red wall here. And look, these three states have voted the same way since 1992. So once Pennsylvania had voted that way, once Wisconsin had voted that way, perhaps not a big surprise that Michigan had voted the same way. But let's go and look at what happened, because this does tell us interesting things about the race, especially down to Wayne County, where Yusra was reporting from just there. This is how Harris is doing that. Obviously, she has won this county. You would expect her to win this county. But look how far she is off Joe Biden's performance in 2020. Look how far off she is off Hillary Clinton's performance in 2016. This is, just a complete collapse in terms of that vote. Looking at that county, of course, as you mentioned, the Arab-American population, but also a very big African-American population. And when it came to also the surrounding suburbs, Trump had to do well here. He increased his vote share just above it. And even in Oakland, again, there's been that drop in support. So Harris not getting those votes out. And that's sort of echoes what we see in the demographics of this. If we're looking at the Michigan exit polls, this is interesting because this doesn't sort of fit with the picture necessarily of the MAGA crowd. This shows younger voters coming out in Michigan, under 30s, for Donald Trump. And you can see also in terms of the Rust Belt battlegrounds, they all do tend to group together. This shows the Republican vote share inching up over time. And I think that's to do, again, with this idea of the African-American vote slightly dwindling. But again, back to that really big point we've been making through this. The key issues, border security and immigration, inflation and cost of living, economy, Donald Trump really favoured on that. And I think that is going to be the case across it. We've talked about that Latino vote that has, the Hispanic vote that has gone down to just 8% Democrat lead. Let's look at a race which is still live in this. If we go over to these two states that haven't been called the two key battleground states in Nevada, look at Washoe County and what's happening there. Again, it's a similar picture to what I just showed you in Pennsylvania. It's blue, but then Donald Trump is actually, at the moment, turning this red. And that's where immigration is a really key part of this. Or if we go to another place, not a swing state, but I just want to show you what happens, right on the border in terms of this immigration. Let's go to Starr County. Now, here the population is more than 90% Hispanic. And that is a massive Trump win. Look, it's not the most people in the world, but look at what has happened over time. This was very solid. Hillary Clinton even won that. Joe Biden won it. Donald Trump has actually turned that around. So when it comes to those issues, there is demographic change happening here, especially in terms of the African-American vote, in terms of the Hispanic vote, but it's also how that interacts with the economy especially, and with immigration in the places in the Southwest where it's really important.